So, you're a new light player, or you're someone who a returning player from one of the worst eras of Destiny. Could be Curse of Osiris, could be could be even Beyond Light. Because let's be honest, Stasis was stupid. But you still need to know, hey, Mr. YouTube man, how do you level up in this game? Well, come to the right place, my friend. Hello, everybody. My name is Eldrin, and welcome back to the mess that is my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to go from 1350 to 1500, and then from 1500 to 1550. And I'll explain how how leveling works in this game. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, to start this off, let's explain the leveling system in this game, as that's going to be probably the hardest and the easiest thing to understand. First off, you have your beginning level, 1350. That's what you're going to start off as a new light, and that's what you're going to keep going to, and that's what you're going to stay at. And so you keep leveling up, of course. How you level up is by getting blue rarity gear. Now, this is just a random blue. It's nothing special. It's just leveling fodder, as I call it. So, to explain the caps, there is something called the soft cap, the powerful cap, and the pinnacle cap. When you are in the soft cap of hitting 1530 to 1550, or sorry, 1500, blues are your best friend. Now, to go from 1500 to 1550 is a bit more complicated. And honestly, you have to brute force your way up there. It's not as easy as what I'm going to show you farther into the thing. Getting to the next power cap's like cocking a schluter. You don't want to do it, but you have to. So let's start with getting to the soft cap. To do this, if you wanna take your time, that's not a problem. You can always just do strikes and just go through the motions of the strikes, get used to them, just get through them, and get the loot at the end, because blues will drop and keep going higher and higher into 1500. Now, this is a good way of doing it, but it's not the best way and the most efficient. If you're willing to commit, then there's always the moon. In the moon, there's a certain location on the moon, somewhere in the Hellmouth and deep within it, there are what we call champions. Champions have certain modifiers that are different from regular enemies. For example, we have 3 categories of champions, or 3 different types. The barrier champions, which we have anti-barrier mods for, the overload champions, which we have overload rounds for, and then the unstoppable champions. The champions we're mainly going to focus on are mainly the barrier and overload champions. To get there, start off by heading to Sorrow's Harbor. From there, just watch the video and it'll show the rest. If you need a timestamp, it'll be right here. Once you reach the Circle of Bones, you're going to immediately take a right. Once you take a right, you're going to be looking for a barrier champion at the edge of the map. As you can see, there's the anti-barrier, or the barrier champion. All we gotta do now is just kill the guy. Now that we've killed him, we're gonna go all the way down these stairs to the next barrier champion that's gonna be at the end of this room. Once you're there, you look to your right, you will see the anti-barrier. Now just rinse and repeat and go from there. We'll drop the chest. And now the top knight will now respawn since you killed the bottom one. Boom. Now if the knights despawn, the next location is going to be the summoning pit. Instead of taking a right, you want to take a left. And just follow this and just follow this. The overload minotaur. And I'm going to show you how to get multiple items out of this one chest. What we are about to do is something called instance swapping, I believe, or I don't know. It's something with an instance. As you can see, the Minotaur's there. We get his attention, and now we lure him to the door. Minotaur is going to be a little bit buggy. It's definitely going to bug out when you first do this. So it's going to take a couple tries to get right. I do not recommend special weapons for this, even though I still damn near tried. If he retreats, he'll just come back up and charges you again. Now that he's down, the chest spawns, and now you have to go to where this door is, and this doorway is where you'll swap instances and go into a new instance. Come back here, the chest will now respawn, and now you can get more loot out of it. If you have, you can get maybe 4 to 5 items out of it. If you are lucky, you might even be able to get squeeze one more in there, but it is very, very difficult. And so this is one way of getting to your soft cap. I can maybe get 4 off. This is painfully slow, to be honest. Run away. Now that you've hit soft cap, which is 1500, you now need to know how to get to the powerful cap. Which the powerful cap means that blues are not your best friend anymore. And this is what I call the Schluterkocken route, where you have to play the game, there's no way around it, and you don't have much of a choice. So, options I give would be, if you have the Witch Queen campaign, do it on Legendary. I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, but the Legendary campaign is the best way for powerful cap, because you're already 1500 at the end of the campaign, but now they also give you 1520 gear when you complete the Legendary campaign, and a free exotic. Just like free stuff. Now, if you don't have the Witch Queen DLC, or after you complete it and get the 1520 gear, you still need to know how do you level in this game. Unfortunately, you need to avoid pinnacles at all costs. Now, you're probably gonna have to, if you've done all your powerfuls, for example, Deepstone Crypt. I don't have the DLC, so you won't see that there's a power. This is actually a powerful drop. But Deepstone Crypt. If you have the Witch Queen DLC, you can get Vow of Disciple. That's Pinnacle though. Or you can do the Vault of Glass raid, which is a tier 3 powerful gear. Tier 3 meaning that it's going to be a +2 to +3 of any other gear that you get out of it. So unfortunately, you are going to need your Pinnacles, which comes, and now we come to the Pinnacle Cap. When you are able to hit 1550, there are a certain amount of activities that you can do to do that. So let me hop on to my main account and I'll show you. Now that I'm on my main account, I am going to show you every activity that will give you a pinnacle. So starting off, first we have strikes, which give pinnacle gear. Then we have the Nightfall strikes, which give both powerful and pinnacle gear. Up next, we have Gambit, and you have to complete matches, which give a pinnacle. We have Crucible, that gives you a pinnacle. And if Trials is up, which I don't know why you would play it right now, well, you can play it. It's not that bad. But it also gives a pinnacle if you want to try and win rounds in it. Up next, we go to Eternity. Dares of Eternity will give you pinnacle if you reach 250,000. And then we also have Grasp of Avarice, which give you a pinnacle. Moving on, we go to Southern's Throne World, and we have a lot of different options. First up, Vow of the Disciple. I've done this pinnacle already, so that's why it's not here. Up next, we have Preservation. We have Vox Obscura. And then we also have the Wellspring. Now, you can do it. You can do the higher difficulty for the pinnacle one if you want. I do not recommend it because if you did it anything besides a pinnacle, you're just wasting your time. Just gonna be honest with you. Also, I did not mention that there are other powerfuls that you can get. So, let's go through them real quick. Up first, Vanguard bounties, Crucible bounties, Spare Parts, which are Gunsmith bounties, and then Gambit bounties. Now, because I have this quest up, it's not going to show that I have that it is, but it's definitely there. And then we have, oh, this is the win matches. Never mind, that's Pinnacle gear. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm probably missing a little bit or a lot of leveling stuff, but this is my personal experience, and I hope this was helpful. So, if you liked this video and want to see more, make sure you show it by liking, subscribing, hitting that bell icon, and commenting down below. Once again, my name is Elvergen, and have a good night.